Well, hiya, BookTube. Bill Ruttenberg here with the Ruttenberg Library, and come to you today with a big smile on my face. I woke up this morning and checked my YouTube, and I passed that 200 mark, that 200 subscribers mark, and so I wanted to start this video off with first letting you know I'm going to do that Q&A video tomorrow on Sunday, and I'll try to get that uploaded in the late afternoon. And so if anybody wants to add any more questions to the Q&A video, please go find that Ask Me Questions video that I had posted and put your questions down in the comments, and I'll be sure to include those and try to wrap those up by tonight, and I'll make that video tomorrow. So that was my first bit of good news. And my second bit of good news, which puts a huge smile on my face, is I got to do a book haul today. And I went out with my daughter, Crimson, and we went out to Wiseman's. And of course I was just book hunting, and she was just looking through knickknacks, and she ended up finding a couple books herself. She ended up finding a copy of Gone with the Wind, and so I think we're going to do a little buddy read together. I think that'll be a lot of fun. And then she found a Edgar Allan Poe collection of stories, and so she had a pretty good day with her book haul, but I think mine's better. Without further ado, let me go ahead and get started showing you these. I'll start off with a couple of fictions. These were a couple classics I saw, and I picked these up for 50 cents a piece. So I got H.G. Wells' The Time Machine, and I have never read these, either of these, well, any of these books really. I've never read these, and so I was real excited to pick them up. So this copy of The Time Machine is from Berkeley Highland Books, from Berkeley Publishing Corporation, and this is a 1963 edition of the book, 1963 edition of the book. So I'm pretty excited about that. It's a pretty thin read. I might even try to do that here in the next couple days and read that. The next book that I picked up in this book haul, upstairs in the library, somewhere in the library, I have a copy of Moby Dick by Herman Melville, but it is not a full copy. It's an abridged version, and so I saw this out at Wiseman's, and I actually saw this a few weeks ago when my wife and I were out there. But this is from Penguin Classics, and it is the full book. And so I was really excited to get this. Like I said, it's from Penguin Books, and it is, this particular version is 1986. 1986. So I look forward to reading that. I don't know when I'll get to it, because that is a pretty good sized book. That's over 1,000 pages if you include the appendix. So that's a big book. I don't know when I'll get to it, but I do plan on getting to that, because like I said, I've never read that one before. Now, the next four books I am so excited about. These were the find of the month, at least of the month, maybe more than that. But a few weeks back, or maybe it was even a couple months ago, I put out an original tag. It was the top 5 documentaries that affected your learning and your reading. And there was a couple of you that had mentioned Kenneth Clark's documentary, Civilization, and then the books that went with it. And guess what I found as I was digging through the used book section there at Wiseman's? I found Kenneth Clark's Civilization. I was so excited to see this, because you guys all talked so highly of that film and the books. And then somebody, I can't remember who it was, but somebody had the series of books by him, and then there were several of you that talked about his documentary. But I was real excited to see this. It's got a ton of just different illustrations throughout the book. It's in pretty decent shape, but I'm very, very excited about this. And so now, the next 3, drum roll please. I'm very excited about these as well. These are probably the best of the lot of the books I found, and it was a few days ago, Steve Donahue had watched my video, and he asked me a question. He said, "Is that a Lonely Shelby Foot volume on your shelf?" You know, because I've only got volume 2. I'm constantly looking for this. I've been teaching Civil War to middle schoolers for, I think it's 14 years now. And when I started building up my collection over the Civil War, back when I first started teaching this, this was the author that popped up on everybody's radar. I looked and looked and looked. I never could find it. I could only find it brand new in stores. And those of you that watch the channel all the time, you know I don't pay full price for books very often. And I definitely couldn't afford to pay full price for the Shelby Foote trilogy on the Civil War. So I never bought it new. And when Steve made a little laughing comment about my lonely book up there, you know, I tried to explain to him I've been looking for it, and around here stuff like that doesn't always pop up. But I think you guys know where this is going. Guess what I found? And this is real funny because I have it bookmarked on my Amazon. I was about ready to buy it. I'd found it for a relatively decent price, a couple of used copies to finish out the trilogy. Am I ever glad that I didn't buy it? So this is what I found in hardback. The Civil War trilogy by Shelby Foote. So Civil War narrative, this is volume 1, is Fort Sumter to Perryville. Again, this is hardback. It's in pretty good shape, I think. It's a Random House book. Oh, it's got cool end pages. Look at that, all the maps. That is cool. And it's from Random House out of New York. This was printed in 1958. 1958. And I didn't find one. I didn't find two. I found all 3. They were all 3 at Wiseman's. $3 a piece, so I got the whole set for $9. They're all in really good shape. I'm just like super excited about this. My daughter kept laughing at me because I was grinning ear to ear. This was the find of the month. By far the best thing I bought for a long, long time. And so anyway, I wanted to share that with you, BookTube. This was a great book haul. I can't wait to read the Shelby Foote trilogy. That'll be in the future. I'm just super excited about it. I hope you guys are having a great day. Tell me what you think of my finds. Go ahead and leave comments down below. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, BookTube.